gathered here to really root, to kind of give that energy to carry through to the victory. But for Secret, it wasn't about winning or losing. You just want to watch. Like, these fans here just want to see them. They're cheering at the sight of these players because they're legends, living legends walking through here in the arena at Mall of Asia. And so all of Manila eyes on Secret, and they're going to want to see more. So for Empire, if they're going to win here, they have to win so confidently that they can continue tomorrow. And let's find out. Well, look at that. The puck gets banned out. Earth Spirit, of course, being banned out right before that. By Secret, they're on the Radiant side.
So that's the best of both worlds in the terms of fans.
Exactly. Arguably, they're the two strongest heroes, I think, for Empire, and two of the most flexible that they can do a lot of different lineups with. So really smart opening bans here from the side.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Team Secret's going to be picking out here. I mean, it should shape up what kind of game that we're going to be seeing. Any ideas?
Invoker?
Invoker. Insta-lock on Invoker, huh?
I would expect them to, especially with the Nature's Prophet ban coming out. Universe obviously having a great performance on it earlier today. The bounty on the ban targeted at Pilot Eye. He has this, he plays it the way no one else does. Like, even when it wasn't considered all that good, he still played it. And nowadays it's probably one of the best heroes in the current meta, so no surprise. They actually go for the Doom.
Okay, I mean, Doom's been first pick a lot of times today, almost every time that it was kind of available, it seems. That's going to give the Beastmaster and Enchantress over to Empire.
That's confident. Beastmaster, Afterlife, personally for me, watching Empire, he does struggle in some games, but on the Beastmaster, very reliable hero for him. We see him on some stuff like the Tide sometimes, he brings out, it can be a little bit hit and miss. With the Beastmaster, you can guarantee he's going to have a solid time in the lane, and as I was talking about earlier, Enchantress, Miposhka can't get the Earth Spirit, he gets something else that he's going to have a lot of lane impact across the map, and his Ench play is, again, some of the best I've seen in EU at least.
Yeah, he was almost as insane on the Enchantress yesterday as he was on the puck. This is interesting. I really expected the Invoker fight season to come out.
You were so confident.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean, none of us corrected you.
This is just typical Poppy, right? He just does whatever he wants to. It's like he doesn't give a rat's ass about the meta. He's just goes straight in and thinks, Crystal Maiden sounds like a solid second pick.
I mean, already it's great against the Edge. You know, you've got two heroes that are going to suddenly just remove creeps from the gang, which is going to be absolutely ideal in the earlier stages of the game, because that Miposhka is going to be incredibly global and incredibly active.
Yeah, I mean, probably definitely coming in with a plan, perhaps a plan that only he knows, but we'll find out how it pans out. Is it just an answer, or is this all part of...
If you look at the picture of Poppy right now, he does seem to look into a book of sorts.
Yeah.
I thought he just had this...
Maybe it's his book of secrets.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Well, that's coming out. It gave them a little bit of an issue yesterday. Get rid of the Spectre.
Yeah,
that's what he had right in front of him. Ban Spectre. All right. I put that down yesterday.
But this is something we talked about, right? It's like, hey, does he accept it, or does he still try to maneuver around it? He decided to kind of wait it out, still doesn't want to take that chance, even though the Pokemon also no longer want to deal with the Spectre. On the other side, the answer from Empire is to take out the Void from the table.
Man, I'm pretty confused still about the Enchantress pick. I mean, picking into a Doom, I mean, Doom can sometimes be a pretty good answer to an Enchantress, so...
Not if Nature's Attendant comes off. Then it's pretty irrelevant, actually. And she's also not the target you want to commit the Doom to. Like, there's still 3 picks coming out from Team Empire, and more than likely, there's going to be a playmaking mid lane for Scandal, so the Doom is probably not going to be committed to a 4-position Enchantress.
Alright, sounds good. Well, we're waiting on another ban here.
Well, it's going to be interesting, as you guys said, talking about the Invoker coming into play. Secret group with it as well. Scandal Invoker, it's not bad. It isn't bad, and already the combination with the Beastmaster Roar to set up Sunstrikes. You got to see M, someone that's going to be pretty easy to burst down as well early on. So if Empire can take it, that could be a high possibility for them, especially if they're scared of Secret and nabbing it.
Yeah, I mean, earlier we saw Earth Spirit make it all the way through a couple games in a row. There's, no telling that maybe Invoker just goes quiet this match, but seems very likely that at least one of these teams will pick up the Oracle ban coming out.
It's a strong one for King, as I said. Your Oracles, your Venges, your Ios. Anyone that he's going to be able to save people with, and obviously just having the false promise there to save that Doom target, get the heals in, so the damage is going to be negated and he comes out fully. But, I mean, Io is still there, and so is the Venge.
And Lion as well. Lion was sort of the backbone of Team Secret strategies earlier today, and I feel like King R played it really well yesterday as well, and it'll leave them with a lot of lockdown and disable on the side of Team Empire. Plus, Lion is really good against Enchantress, so for them to pick it up themselves is also a good thing.
The bat. This is, I'll tell you what, I guess they've already decided though with the Beastmaster picked up, but Bat is a hero that they're very flexible as well.
Yeah.
Both Scandal plays it in the mid lane, Afterlife plays it on the offline. So obviously looking at the moment, we are going to expect it to be a Scandal Bat.
Yeah,
Which
most
is,
likely.
I'd say it's probably his second best that I've seen him on some performances behind the puck. He can dominate a lane quite easily on this hero.
Pretty exciting for all the fans gathered.
Well, you know, he has a lot of synergy, too, with all that vision that Beastmaster is going to provide as well. As always, the Broodmother is banned out. I haven't seen the Broodmother played in I don't remember how long, because everybody bans it. She's too good. So, no surprise there. Excited to see what Secret's going to be picking up next, though.
I don't want to sound like a broken record again, but where's the Invoker?
Don't say it.
I mean, maybe, you know, maybe just waiting it out, seeing if Empire wanted to pick it up, and maybe they had an
Arteezy
answer.
spent 30 days playing 10 hours a day practicing Invoker.
Let's see if he gets it.
We're on the third pick.
There you go. There you go this time, man. Woo! There we have it.
Yeah, we saw it earlier today with great success coming back out for Secret. Just seem to have waited it out, but they pick it up in this second wave of picks.
Still, I guess we're waiting on both King Oz and Ramses' hero for the side of Empire.
What's really great about Team Empire's lineup right now is that Black King Bar is not going to do anything for them. The Raw goes through, the Lasso goes through, the Impetuses goes through. That is not something that Team Secret can rely on in these fights. So it's especially hard when they go into the late game.
Reserve time.
Well, wait and see what this last pick is going to be. So would you say, because they can't use Black King Bar, they should focus on a more physical lineup or a more magical burst lineup?
A good mixture of both.
Okay. Never a bad idea.
Good, yeah, always a good answer on that one.
Oh, nice. Gyro, one of Ramses' best. I mean, this is stuff that he's been playing since he's a young kid. I can't remember, he's like 16 or 17, this guy. But his gyro performance, I remember, for months straight since he started playing, I believe, on Team Spirit, gyro was something that teams were banning out in the first phase of ban. They were that scared of Ramses grabbing the gyrocopter. So they're going to feel very, very happy with that one.
The good thing about picking up this Bat Rider for Scandal on the mid is also that they negate Universe, one of his heroes. I can't really see what is the...
Oh, was that the Uni Shaker?
Yeah.
Oh.
It did net him a sweet $6 million.
Yeah.
They did. They did back in the day.
There you go. Yeah, it's already been quite some time, huh? Well, the Earthshaker now on the side for Secret.
But it might be an offlane Doom as well.
Right.
Universe has played a great Doom in the past, and we saw Poppy's Earthshaker earlier today with the urn and everything. Very dominant as well. So, could go either way. I do like the pickup of him, but I think they need some even more instant bursts against both Enchantress and Gyrocopter. I'd like to see something that threatens their existence, something that just takes them down as fast as humanly possible, but then again, it's probably an EE hero left. Eternal Envy, we've seen him play... There's no Slark in the pool, so an Ember Spirit would be interesting.
Yeah, it certainly would be in terms of catching out the Ember. You're relying on Aurora or Blink Lasso. So yeah, there's going to be the potential for him to escape.
In his Cloud9 days, he actually played a lot of one-position Doombringer, but it was probably one of the
Empire's turn to pick.
most underwhelming performances of his career whenever he played them. So I think they're going to steer in a different direction.
I wonder if they are going to go for the Io here. Obviously, looking at King R, both the Oracle Revenge taken away. Io, I do love it with the Ramses combination. I don't know, Rubik. Okay.
Really good against the Earthshaker, obviously for the Fisher Steel, but also if you can net a little Doom for yourself, that's not a bad thing.
And I guess it does make the lane with Jar really, really strong. It's going to be an
Clinks coming out. Earlier we did see it banned a couple times against Complexity, but now it's going to be on the side of Secret. You can see Puppy seems pretty satisfied with that draft. Both teams now wrapping up their first set of picks in this best of three. They're fighting for their life to see who continues on, who gets the last spot. The semifinals here at ESL 1 Manila 2016. Everyone here in Manila, are you excited to see Empire go up against Secret, to see who takes the lead? Well, it's time. Let's load into the game with our commentators for game one in this very last best of three in day two.
Thank you very much to all the knowledgeable people on our panel. I'm Toby Warner, here with Gods as well as Winter, bringing you Team Empire versus Team Secret. Secret, they seem to have won over a hell of a lot of people here after that first series today.
Absolutely. This team has come out firing in their earlier best of three, looking to continue it here to make it through the final day, to get into the semifinals. But Empire, they're no pushovers. They've already beaten this Team Secret.
Yeah, look at Ramses. He's so happy when we were looking at him and he was walking in.
He's got more fans here than he does back in Russia, I think. So this is something. This kid has come to play. He's probably been one of the big breakout players of the past year, and just 16 years old, competing on an international stage.
And it's the dream. It's the dream situation. If they could only fulfill the rest of the dream, which is, if Empire can actually take out Team Secret, can they repeat what they did yesterday, which was really, it felt like, in a way, the draft was a little bit stronger for Team Empire. Yes, they didn't really change it up. There was the Spectre as well as the Puck, happening multiple times. But they just played such extraordinary Dota, such great positioning. Can they repeat that today?
It's hard because I think Secret just needed that one series to kind of find themselves. Like once they get a little bit of momentum, this Team Secret has always been about riding that wave. You look at even just past Puppy-led teams, once they start getting wins, they just string together like tournament after tournament, match after match. So now that Secret got their first wins early today against a pretty formidable opponent in eHome, it's going to be, I think, despite Empire's previous win, I think Secret do come in as favorites.
Yeah, like in the past we see like teams they are really strong on roster at the start of the SWAT, and they take some time to adjust in and find a very good way of playing and using your new teammates very well. And I think in the first series yesterday, some of their drafts were like they weren't really sure or they weren't really comfortable with the heroes that are playing. And in the first series today that we saw, it was totally different. They had different type of strategies and they played much more fast-paced compared to yesterday.
Maybe that's when we start highlighting a player like Universe. He was the one which I know we were all looking very closely at for that offlane. Like, did the heroes that were drafted today, was that actually almost a plan from Puppy to make it easier?
I think mainly it's the other two cores, like RTZ and Jackie. Both of their cores today are faster paced, so it fits into Universe's playstyle more because he wants to fight and he's like the stable offlaner that wants to participate in every fight. Like he's not like the bulldog type. He wants to like keep split pushing. He wants to fight. So if the whole team plays towards his tempo, it's better for him. The playstyle, I feel.
We have a small restart before Team Secret and Empire will be continuing. Team Empire doesn't look like they've been taken out of their comfort zone at all. Like that draft was bouncing back and forth a little bit. I know we were talking about maybe Secret were trying to bait them into a block pick here or there, but like it's kind of like the bread and butter of Team Empire. Like you got the easy rotations of the Enchantress and the Rubik. You got a Batrider mid. The Scandal is not an unusual hero for him. The Gyrocopter, they played it time and time again, and the Beastmaster. Everything just seems to be really working nicely, and they're also on die side as well. So they can just grab like Roshan, push themselves out after that point. Can Team Secret actually come and contest them is probably going to be the better question. Like you're running an ES like on the off lane. Can he move off that top lane early?
They can play very, like, because it's an Earthshaker offlane, like, it's always easy for the carry to, like, just 1v1 and farm, like, especially a Gyro, and it frees up your support, like a Rubik and Enchantress, to actually move around and pressure the other lanes. I think that is the very, very concerning part about the lineup that Secret have. Like, yeah, I talk about Doom being, like, a bounty hunter against, like, a jungler, but if the Rubik and Enchantress are always together as a duo, it's going to be difficult for the Doom to actually stop the Enchantress from ganking the other lanes.
There's a lot of pressure on the Crystal Maiden to be in, like, the right place at the right time to prevent those Enchantress ganks from working, so interesting to see kind of how and where Pilot Eye moves around the map.
And this mid matchup as well. I think I've seen S4 play this matchup once. He was against Midwan before, and he actually won the matchup pretty handily. And he also started with boots on the Batrider against the Exort Invoker.
That's the crazy thing. You're talking about Empire having all their comfort picks, and that's with their a couple of their core heroes that have been banned out. They didn't get the Puck, the Spectre, the Earth Spirit was banned out, but they still end up with an Empire draft. You got to say like this is what they want to be drafting. So Secret are going to have to beat Empire not in the draft but in the actual execution.
Yeah, but you look at the lane in the middle. Like managed to get a very, very good block. So Invoker is going to have a really tough laning phase here. It's going to get Napalm spread all the time.
Is that when we actually look to have like support come and rotate in? This is one like also like you got Devour obviously up for the Doombringer, but right now he's only got Clap. There's no Infernal Blade presence which he can give to that mid lane.
And you can't rotate in when it's on like the Batrider's hill. You have to wait for it to push out before you can really get that flank from behind. So for now we'll see just Doom, it looks like, just kind of linger around that Ancients here. I think he is waiting for that lane to push out before he can come in for some harass.
He's still level 1 though, but he does have the Thunderclap.
Well, Scandal is a long way in underneath this tier 1 tower. Arteezy, he doesn't really have anything to give. Like he's got Sunstrike available, but there's no Cold Snap to slow Scandal's escape. Yeah. So he just loops himself out and gets away.
I mean, he has boots anyway, so there's no way Puppy can actually get to him.
He's just like casually zoning and harassing, keeping Scandal away from any farm.
Oh, now Sunstrike, Cold Snap is up. Do they have that damage, however? The clamp is going to be offered from Puppey, and Scandal Fireflies up the hillside with the consumption of the Fairy Fire. He'll get back underneath that tier 1 tower. But Scandal now forced to buy up a salve and fly it out to him as he's taking a lot of damage from that little gank.
That is good enough for the Invoker. Like, the Doom basically...
Oh, they're going to turn this? Wait, they can't. Arteezy? You can have Maposhka come in from the side. The Centaur Clapper will also be there as well. He'll have the one-charges Marvel. With the help of Puppey, they're looking to kill off Scandal, but the damage is already done. Arteezy will drop, and Universe moves off that top lane. He was only coming down for the rune, but he ends up helping to kill off Scandal.
That was actually really important for Back, because he was about to start losing that lane, I think, after the gank that came his way where he survives but has to buy a flask. Invoker was starting to get a bit of an edge, so even though he dies, getting the first blood, getting the level advantage is going to help him a lot mid lane.
Yeah, and having Earthshaker off lane allows you to actually make all those rotations. Even when you're level 1, you're able to actually help your middle lane, like just what Universe did there. Any other offlaner, it's very difficult for you to actually help the middle lane.
Speaking of the offlaners, Afterlife and Universe, they're actually pretty even at the moment, but I'm wondering how long this remains. Eternal Envy is starting to get a little bit more damage up his sleeve. Can he actually push that Beastmaster out? Like when Pylon Eye offers moments like this, Envy is taking a little bit longer to get there. Like this is just a zone out at the moment. But when does Envy pose enough of a threat that the Beastmaster has to move off? Like start Iron Toweling over in the jungle?
Probably with level 5 and close to level 6. But the thing is, like, with Clinks, as soon as you pop level 6, you want to be moving around and giving the lane to the Doom, you know, especially. I don't think you want to prioritize the CM so much. Because, like, basically, Clinks, you want to move around. You don't want to stay and pressure the off lane all the time.
And Clinks is very well ganking with Cold Snap. You go mid lane, a hero like Batrider, even with Firefly, you're not going to escape from a Cold Snap plus strafe searing arrows out of a Clinks. So, very much a game where Clinks can be effective with those rotations.
And with the CM aura as well, Clinks is one of the carries that can also use a lot of mana in the early stages of the game, and he's constantly roaming around. And with Envy as well, where he prioritizes in getting more points in his skeleton walk instead of the steering arrows, so that he actually moves around much faster.
And you can see the aggression is going to come from him, because Pai's actually gone for 2 points in aura at level 3. Most CMs will go for like 1 point in each skill by level 3, but this is very much Secret saying, we're going to play kind of passive in the laning stage, and then come at you later on when we hit those key level timings, like level 6 on Clinks.
What a perfect time to play passive too. We're watching the smoke movement coming out from Team Empire, but they're realizing they're not going to find any heroes. The only option they've got is to rotate over into Universe's lane. But he's also hugging that tower so close, and with a fissure block, it makes it difficult for Empire just to wrap around the back. Arteezy was off inside the jungle just farming next to Puppey, so that's the reason why there was just no kill opportunity in mid lane on the back of that smoke.
We saw this from Complexity a lot when Siegfried was on the Doom. He constantly just sat at middle lane to make sure that the middle hero can be protected from ganks like this. And right now, Empire is just sitting behind Universe. He does have a TP though.
Looks like Ramsey's gonna be forced to actually push into the tower. As the Saddle was gonna time it anyway, Fissure will reveal the position, and now, no, can't actually get the vision over on the Earthshaker to get the telekinesis off from the Rubik. But this still does mean that Empire, 5 minutes in, will be taking up this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it's not the kill, but the tower itself is a nice early objective which can put a lot of pressure on until Secret.
Yeah, they're coming up
to defend.
Puppey does have currently the most powerful creep in the game sitting inside his own belly, and he moves closer towards Ramsey's with the Nova. Like, Ramsey still has Rocket Barrage and a hell of a lot of damage.
Powers up the siege creep as well, so this tower is...
That was a really good play from Secret, managing to actually defend this tower. Like, it's a very important thing.
Afterlife, bottom lane, Envy just wrapped around the back, combining up with Arteezy Sunstrike, Team Secret are able to pick off that Empire offlaner.
Yeah, so Secret managing to hold the tower and get a pick off there, and we'll see when Envy is actually going to start rotating. He's level 7 right now, after 1 creep. And probably time to give the Doom the lane to actually catch up and get his level 6.
I mean, Doom's getting a surprisingly high amount of experience considering how little he's actually spent in any given lane.
I mean, he was sharing experience in the middle lane before with Arteezy. He was actually guarding him, so he got a majority amount of experience from there.
Pilot Eye wisely moving away from that rune. Okay, so it's going to be an invis room for the Beastmaster. He's not level 6, so we can't really do much with this. And again, Empire are going to poke and prod at this tier 1 tower on the top lane. They really want it down. With the Fissure, it will slow the creep wave. Also having that Saddle inside of him to able to blast through, and with the Frostbite, the creeps can't even reach the tower. They frostbite one, they devour the other, and now Team Secret will finally admit the fact they can deny this tower with a call out from Ramsey. The pick up on Puppey. They're looking for more action, and they're going to find it with Pilot Eye dropping. Puppey, the visual buy a little bit of space, but it's probably not going to be enough. He turns around as much damage as he can to the Enchantress, but they lose 2 heroes. And in order to get that tower...
Enchantress got the last hit for the tower.
That was so well played by Empire. They didn't dive at the start because they realized that Klings has a teleport scroll, so they waited and waited until the tower went down, then they made the dive. That was just very well played by Secret. Empire. Like, they chose their timing very well there. Even with the fissure hitting on trees, it wasn't enough.
Afterlife. Actually, no, it's the Sunstrike up on top lane. They're going after Ramses. But he'll actually walk his way out of this one. While that was going on, Afterlife was being initiated on by the Clinks. So they actually had an option for 2 different fights. While up on top lane again, Universe being troll trapped up. The Nova, Pilot die, she gets the Frostbite over on Maposhka. But a simple Sprite heal and he'll be back to full life in a moment.
Yeah, but right now we're still waiting for the timing that Klings starts to move around to actually make plays on the map. So far he's still sitting bottom lane. It's level 8.5 right now.
It's scary though, because Empire have been the ones playing faster tempo, taking towers, taking the fight to Secret. And you talk about Klink's rotating, but once Klink starts roaming, that's when Beastmaster will also do the same. He's going to be hitting level 6 soon. He's also going to be, well, getting solo killed by Klinks.
Easiest kill for Eternal Envy, but now Ramses looking for some revenge. Eternal Envy can't go in, but it's 2 more seconds. Ramses gets a very quick rebuttal kill.
Man, what a rotation from the gyrocopter there. And that kill was so big for Empire. Being able to actually kill Klings right there. Right now, he's going to slow his tempo down. He's going to get a very early medallion.
This is that movement that we saw in yesterday's games. Team Empire always just seem to be that one step ahead of where Secret are going to be moving. It's like they just know what they're going to do before they do it.
Yeah, and with the Enchantress, it allows them to dictate the early tempo as well, getting the tier 1, and even Secret did a really good job of holding the tier 1 at the top for such a long time. I think that was really important for them. Otherwise, the Empire's tempo will be even more faster than this. They have level 6 of Beastmaster now, so can make the play soon.
It's like Envy's actually in a position, yep, they're going to actually 4-man smoke themselves up. That medallion is fresh over on the Klinks. So either they slip themselves in to try and take a fight with the Observer Ward on bottom lane. They see a lot of Team Empire, and that is exactly where they're going to head down. Maposhka, he's farming on the other side of the tree line, so Envy may just go instantly in for this Enchantress. With a fissure, they'll lock him in position. 3 searing arrows will do the job. How much more can they get with Aurora? Envy stuck for the moment. The cooldown's there, but that Sunstrike right on top of Ramses. He's almost out. No, he will not. Envy gets the last arrow win. He's still very low himself. Half-Life can't finish the job. Can they? Over to the side. No, Half-Life is down. Envy will keep his double kill, and the Echo Slam will help bring Empire to their knees. 4 lost. The only one to survive is the man who's still farming his Blink Dagger in middle. Scandal.
Just very hard for Empire to do much. Secret having the vision advantage there with the lane ward, just they knew exactly what kind of fight they were getting into. They were able to pick off the Enchantress before the fight begins, then transition on the next target without even having to overcommit. Only a fissure and the searing arrows were committed onto the Enchantress, so they still had everything. They had the ensnare, the Sunstrike for the rest of the Empire heroes, and it was a very straightforward, easy team fight for them.
It might be a 4 versus 4, but Invoker was also contributing to that fight.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, the more important thing is the vision, like scouting the Enchantress.
It doesn't feel like a 4v4 when you get that first kill for free and then you get the initiation onto the next, so it's like it was a 4v3, there's a Sunstrike, you've got the jump on the next before Empire can even respond.
Yep, and here comes Eternal Envy. He has a ward, he's scouting the enemy jungle.
And he knows how easy it is for him to kill off anyone. Like normally it's the Enchantress with that Untouchable, which is very difficult to kill, but as long as he's got strafe up.
And Sunstrike.
And Sunstrike to help him out. Maybe not even that. Like Envy would just move to the high ground position. Maposhka actually runs just the right way. Nope, he's going to turn. Farm, here comes the Sunstrike right on top of him, and there's the damage. 3 arrows, 4 arrows will be required. And that will find the kill, and Envy even takes the creep just for good measure.
And Scandal with his blink, smoked up right now, wanting to make a play.
Is under attack.
And this is something that Secret lacked yesterday in their games against Team Empire was a hero that could just go around the map and get stuff done, which is exactly what Envy's doing right now.
Envy, he breaks the smoke. They don't have any kind of, well actually they have a sentry warder over on King R, but they don't see Eternal Envy, they don't realize it, so they lasso over on Puppey. He does have the Doom, so they want to kill him off in time, the 2 arrows. Rubik almost goes down to this and he'll get Nova down by Pilot Die, ramming him from the side. Puppey is still very, very low, but surviving through it until the call down will finally connect with the blink forward. It will be a 2-for-1 trade-off.
And this gyrocopter is doing some heavy lifting for his team. What
He's
a
in every
compound.
fight, like he's always there. He's solo killing the Clinks, he's like salvaging every situation that needs to be salvaged.
He's always at the right place at the right time. Like, every single fight is always there for his team.
Dire's middle tower
what a
is
player.
under attack.
I love how there's a stat about his most played hero. He's only actually played the hero 23 times. I'm like, what? That's not a whole lot.
Oh, Ramses. Sunstrike's going to be on position. Scandal. Just try and push Envy out. They came again for this rune battle. Ramses not a healthy man. Desperately would he give for just a little bit more lifesteal? Do you actually, like, do you want to go for the Dominator build? I asked the question when he's got a Belter Giant Strength and the Band of Elves getting early on. Like, do you go Dominator or do you just finish up? Actually, there's my answer. He's got Yasha.
It's definitely fallen out of fashion. The SMY BKB just seems to be your bread and butter go-to build. Just ancient stacking hasn't been as big a priority. You want to be able to play fast tempo, and getting the fastest possible SMY timing allows you to fight better than having a Helm of the Dominator.
I mean, we usually see the SMY with when your team has another core, like apart from just being a lone core. Like in this situation, some teams would have actually went Helm of Dom on the gyro because your other 2 cores is Beastmaster and Bear Rider. So it just signals that Empire want to play a very, very fast game despite having just 1 physical damage core on the gyro.
Empire's on their way. They smoked up. They were pretty damn close to that Observe Ward. I don't know if it was fully visible to Team Secret. Secret already got what they came for. With Eternal Envy's physical damage into those Tier 1 towers, they finished the job and they're already back up before Empire even arrive. It doesn't stop them from continuing. They're coming all the way down to the shop. They still want to find 1 target, so they're pinging a little bit further south, just in between the Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower of Team Secret.
Oh dear.
Here they come. Secret, now they try and do the smoking bad habit. Forge Spirits move up, Scouts out Afterlife. Scandal still waiting here, and the Fissure catches 2! That could be big! Envy, look for the early damage! Puppey already burns the Doom as well, so Rubik will be taken out this fight with the sprites from Aposhka. They'll be able to keep him alive. So the Beastmaster goes down, both teams expend smoke. But the Doom also goes on cooldown, the Empire didn't really expend that much more.
The Hawk was at a weird position though. He didn't have the Hawk nearer to their heroes, otherwise they would have actually scouted Secret running up the ramp first before Secret actually saw them. So that was really unfortunate for them.
It was also a really good play by Secret because the smoke popped on the Forged Spirit, so immediately Secret knew where Empire was because of that.
The damage! The Fissure will help him out! Again, Klink's trying to assist with the telekinesis and stopping Envy from attacking, but Envy now is 6 for 1, and that Desolator is so close.
So right now things looking really good for Secret. They lost 2 towers, but they're still managing to get a lot of farm on all their cores, and they're gonna have the dagger on the Earthshaker soon.
King Arm's going to point out the fact that he walked underneath an Observer and Sentry Ward while he's inside of this Stole and Skeleton Walk.
Despite that, gets down a deep ward, scouts out.
He's under a sentry.
That's his own sentry.
Pilot died. Like, okay, he's playing this so cool. So cool.
No, that was a dire.
Oh, this is I one?
Yeah,
Okay, then he's not playing anything cool at all.
No.
Radiant's
That's right.
Meanwhile, the Tier 1 tower will drop.
Radiant's middle tower.
So for Secret, just not wanting to fight without Doom right there. Like they're just not wanting to take risks. For Empire, it's like they recognize that Empire have a line which has kind of come online right now. You've got Beastmaster, Batter, these 2 tempo controlling initiators, and just the 1 core in the gyrocopter. If this game gets dragged out, Secret will have a huge advantage.
Yeah, they're also waiting for the blink from Universe.
King R will die, but he breaks the smoke, and this will still buy time for Empire to finish up Roshan.
Well, is it enough time though?
That's a good question.
Close.
We're gonna find out. Roshan's at half-life already. They're just napalming up for the moment, and here comes Team Secret walking down the hill, but Empire, they're gonna bail out. They don't want to get involved. The Observer and Sentry, however, still being down will let them know if the Clinks comes in from behind. And that's probably the primary target to look at. Right now, Secret do not have their primary source of damage.
And Empire can try to... Ideally, they want to turn this into like a bit of a standoff, where they don't go into Roshan, but they keep this bottom lane pushed out, and just make Secret waste time contesting a Roshan that's not actually going on right now.
Keep that vision up. The Hawk sees perfectly. Like, the observers were already taken out by the Sentry Warden and the Forge Spirits from Arteezy moving forward.
And they're really waiting for, they want to wait for the Earthshaker's blink.
Envy's looking for couriers and all kinds of shenanigans up here.
It's almost like he's hoping for like just one hero that's rotating out, or by killing off the walls they're expecting new ones to come in. There's sentries all over the place right now, and Scandal, he's actually locked up on the hillside. He can blink himself down, but he doesn't have Firefly for another 15 seconds.
Really nice position though, outside of the Radiant Observer Ward. An Empire without vision themselves having been dewarded, this standoff gets a whole lot trickier as a result, but
Here they go.
Secret are going to force Empire back by just saying, well, screw it, we'll just pressure your towers. We'll take tier 2, and theoretically even pressure high ground if Empire aren't going to come back and defend.
Well, the only thing Empire is doing which will stop them from doing that is the fact they're attacking the tier 2 tower on bottom lane. So Secret, they do take out the tier 2 tower in mid. But now Fortification is also triggered from Secret, and do they retreat? Yep, here they come. Empire is coming home.
They have no glyph. This damage kind of being dealt to Empire's base unnecessarily, but...
Ramses is waiting so long. Poppy and Pilot Eye are coming back, however.
Klink's roshing now, I believe?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to. But this is pretty expected. Afterlife sending the Hawk over at the moment, but Klink's, wow, he's doing so much damage to Roshan. He's almost done this before Empire can even get in there. And Roshan will go down. Eternal Envy. Well, the Aegis model had to be taken by Arteezy because Envy was stunned up, and Afterlife, he can't get anything else off. Envy is low, but there's no real follow-up. Empire are not in position to contest it straight away. They get away with the Aegis.
Yeah, once again, very good play from Secret, like maneuvering Empire out of position so they could not actually contest the Roshan after they were forced to TP like 2 heroes to middle to defend the tower, but still couldn't hold the tower.
It does feel like the Hawk is never quite where it needs to be for Empire. They're just always a bit late reacting to what Secret's doing. Like, Secret's moving incredibly well, but Empire, when you've got a Beastmaster in team, those are movements you need to be scouting out.
Yeah, you should be ahead in terms of vision against the enemy team when you have Beastmaster.
Oh, Lasso, yeah, Pilot Eye. Empire will take anything they can get right now.
It's not even that big of a kill for them right now. It's nothing for Secret. Secret still got their blink on the Earthshaker done.
So it's hilarious that not a big kill is still going to be worth 473 gold, just because Secret is so far ahead. Like, they were stretching themselves closer towards that 10k mark.
They want to wait for the first off for the Bat Rider. I think that's a very important item that they need to have before the next fight happens. Gyro right now doesn't really feel that far ahead anymore after the few lost fights that his team had. And it's really important for the Gyro to be much more ahead than this against the multiple cores that Secret have.
It's not even about, I feel like, where Gyro is, but you look at where the rest of the team is. Beastmaster still doesn't have a Necrobook 1. If anything, I'm like, Gyro's in an okay position, but the rest of his team are in poverty central. Enchantress has gone for this kind of defensive Ghost Scepter build, which isn't like your typical drums or Dragonlance, Aghanim Scepter, which allows you to do damage. It's purely just trying to keep himself alive.
Here they come, the Fissure, the Sunstrike's going to connect, and Ramses, well, that freshly bought Helm of Iron will not keep him alive. But at least his friend is able to TP back out again, Maposhka. He kind of wished he was the one being initiated on after picking up that Ghost Scepter of his. But you got Universe with his Blink, Soul Ring, Tranquils. Like, he's going to be everywhere on the map, just making it so Empire, like, if that Hawk isn't there, if they shouldn't even just have the simple Obs and Sentries up. Like, that whole fight around Roshan, the Klinks, they never knew where he was. It's like Empire is living in fear of what's in the shadows.
Yeah, I talk about the first stuff on the bat, but more importantly, they have to get the gem as well, like, as soon as possible.
Well, and that's the thing, like, Klink's is bypassing the Hawk vision in most of these scenarios, and there's such great synergy between the Klink's and Invoker, where you scout out a hero, you hit him with a Sunstrike, and then Klink's finish them off. Even similarly, we see the Klink's and the Earthshaker. They really drafted around this Klink's pick in a lot of ways, even though it was picked up much later on in the draft, because they recognize, like, well, it works great with Taker. He fishes from Fog, you get a kill. Invoker, he Sunstrikes from the other side of the map, you get a kill. So, Secret just getting tremendous value out of this Klink's.
You know, even the Crystal Maiden now finishes the Hand of Midas.
Big items get to come up later. But this tier 2 tower is going to drop. That actually means that the only remaining outer towers for Team Empire belong on the bottom lane, but Envy only came underneath the Sentry Ward. They drag him far enough down, but, well, they still need to see him. The problem was the Dust just wasn't there in time until now. Jarakup getting the big kill. All of Team Empire helping out, and there's that blink last through 4-star going to work. Can they find more? Arteezy dropping down the meatball, rides over Ramsey. They're going to let it go right now on Maposhka as well. They're all trying to retreat out. The Doom, the gyrocopter's able to bring him down. As they just go for a little bit more, there's still this top battle. The Sunstrike's not enough to kill off the Enchantress. They'll bail out of this one too. But our Earthshaker is just on the run. He's got a blink available, but is he going to save his captain? Arteezy is doing everything he possibly can with that Ice Walk going down. He'll come in, even try and put on the cold feet to slow down Scandal. But he cannot do enough, so Puppey will die. And maybe, okay, Arteezy, can he really get a revenge kill here? Kingar is low. But Arteezy, Sunstrike's back off cooldown. You wait for the target, but he doesn't really have one.
Oh, that fight was as good as it gets for Empire.
Yeah.
Being that far behind, still getting a 1-for-2 trade.
I think what it comes down to is Secret don't actually get anything out of having an Aegis in that fight. The Invoker doesn't... he hits the initial spells onto the Gyrocopter, but after that he gets ignored, and Empire just focused down the other heroes, so... it's not so much that Invoker is the wrong Aegis candidate, but it's just that Empire fought around the fact that Invoker had an Aegis to kind of great effect.
Yeah, not to mention Envy was picked off right before anything happened. Like Secret couldn't really do anything, and it was like a 4 versus 5 fight. But still, like Secret managed to trade 1-for-1 after Envy died. Came really close to killing the Enchantress as well with the Sunstrike, but Paladai was a bit slow with his Crystal Nova, so Enchantress was able to heal up with his Nature's Attendance before Paladai could finish her off.
Do you think there's a real good late game kind of play that Empire building towards now? They haven't got the best late game as far as carries go, but is there something more to their draft that can kind of turn this around?
I mean, it's just the vision though. If your Enchantress is going first item Ghost Scepter, she's not going to be that carry in the late game. So that's a really big problem for them. Like, it's all on the Gyrocopter, and he's not even like that far ahead.
Yeah, he's going into the defensive item build too, like you're not seeing like huge massive damage coming from him. How do you then repair this problem? Like, you got no Necros, well, you got level 1 Necro, we're not going to count that as powerful at the moment. No damage from Enchantress. How does Empire find the space to get that farm?
Pick off.
Yeah, get Gem and keep killing Envy.
That's it?
Vision and pick off, because they have Beastmaster and Bat Rider. They're not supposed to be in this position right now, because their heroes are actually much better in the early stages, but they gave up a lot of kills because their Hawk wasn't positioned appropriately, and they lost a couple of fights because of the vision, and which, when you have Beastmaster, shouldn't happen. So right now they have to claw their way back into the game by getting a gem, picking off the heroes, especially when Invoker is split pushing alone, or the Clinks, which is always most likely going to be alone running in your jungle.
You're gonna need like Observer and Sentry placements then to see that, like the patterns that Eternal Envy will move to.
But even when they get the gem, you still want to have that like Observer Sentry placed around the map, so you can see him move around the map when the gem isn't present. So right now there is great vision up on the map for the side of Team Empire.
We get back into it after a short pause again. And we'll see if Team Empire can actually bring this game closer, stretching over the 10,000 gold, but still just below the 10,000 experience advantage, going the way of Team Secret. It's looking so good. Invoker's top net worth, Clink's right behind him. And you're also getting Eternal Envy now, getting that Diffusal Blade, so there's no more protection for the Enchantress. That Ghost Scepter is not going to be able to save him from the Clinks.
Yeah. Scandal has got the gem, so Empire will have at least a decent way of controlling and dealing with the Clinks. That's also where back to the Enchantress, I don't really like the Ghost Scepter pickup because Diffusal is such a good item on Clinks for the agi you get out of it that it's a natural kind of follow-up for the Desolator.
Pilot Eye? He's going to show himself, and Scandal's the one in the neighborhood. So I'm waiting for him just to have a crack at it, but it looks a little bit too easy. Afterlife, the Sentry Ward's going to reveal Eternal Envy, and there's your Roar. Hold him in position, Necrobook's down, burn as much as you can. The cooldown's coming as well. It's going to be enough damage, even just from the first rocket that falls. Eternal Envy will go down. That is step 1 in the recovery of Team Empire.
I think he'd seen the gem on the Bat Rider, so he's like, okay, Bat Rider's not in this mid lane. I can at least try and move it. He tried to move himself up to go for a kill on Beastmaster with a Sunstrike, but it's not just gem. Empire being so proactive about having detection in the form of sentries and lanes as well as the gem.
And look at them instantly. Like, okay, you find 1 kill, well, you didn't have to commit lasso. Smoke up, try and find something else.
Yeah, and they're showing Enchantress at bottom lane, so it's gonna make Secret think that it's gonna be safe in the other lanes, but they're actually not safe because Bat Rider is gonna hunt them down right now.
Actually have, okay, there's only 1 sentry one on them, I don't have an observer ward, but, okay, Arteezy's the final big target, and that found him as well. The Doom will go on Scandal. It's the stuns, can they hold him there? The cooldown's back up, Arteezy so low, Ramsey wants to finish him off, and he's gonna get him as well. Meanwhile, Puppey is still chasing out Scandal. You let it go there from Pylai Die. But the damage, you may have picked up a Batrider, but you just lost 2. Puppy's revealed, but they can't stun him in time.
He didn't get the gem though, so it was still alright for Empire, not losing the gem and getting 2 kills there.
And 2 big kills. Like you said, like, okay, well, who do you pick off? You try and pick off the Clinks when he's split pushing, and maybe you think about finding the Invoker when he's doing his thing. They got both, and they took the Invoker underneath his own tier 2 tower. This is Empire, like, almost flexing their muscles in map control.
Yeah, this is what needed to happen earlier with the Beastmaster and Batrider, but it's still alright for Empire right now, starting to get more pickoffs. They need to just keep rinse, repeat, do what they're doing right now, and keep getting more kills.
Speaking about kills, Beastmaster prioritizing getting a Blink Dagger rather than upgrading Necrobook.
I think you realize that they don't have a jump. Like the Batrider jump, the Batrider jump is there, but you don't want to actually put that Batrider at risk because he keeps tanking the Doom. But if you can blink, roar, exactly like this, and then let the Enchantress come in with that new, like, Dragon Lance, you're going to find all the damage you need to kill our Puppy, or will you? The Restoration, 4 points up in it for the Scorched Earth. He just walks away, and, well, yeah, that's all she wrote.
And look at his build as well. The casual buckler, like he usually does, and now he has a hood on top of that.
Well, you can see why you want to go for a build like that in that exact situation, saving his life more or less. And Groupstage, they want to be the ones going on the offensive now. It's very much a case of if Secret can actually be the ones getting a jump, the fights will go fantastic for them. It's the fact that Empire have the vision advantage from the Hawk. They've got 2 Blink Initiators now that can get an insta pick off. That means letting Empire come to you is always going to be a bad idea. But if you can go to them with a smoke, very likely you come out on top of the fight.
And they have a haste on the Batrider. This is going to be really crucial for the next fight.
Oh, are they going to take it on the bottom lane? By the looks of it, they're not going to. They're going to let Team Secret have that tier 1 tower. The fortification was already burned, so it's not that hard of a push. And this is a good timing as well for Team Secret to start removing these final outer towers of Team Empire, because it makes it a lot more difficult for Empire to bring in reinforcements when the Roshan battle happens. Unless Empire get the dream, aka they find the initiation before Roshan starts.
I mean, technically they should with the vision heroes they have, so I mean it's still quite possible that they get the jump from the Hawk and giving Batrider the vision to just get a crucial lasso target. Invoker, the Doom, or the Earthshaker even.
Radiant's middle tower is under
It still feels like Empire, their draft's on a clock. They're just not really keeping up in terms of overall farm. Invoker's decently far ahead of the Gyrocopter. Clink's Doom out farming their counterparts on the side of Team Empire. Empire's like late game damage output and itemization just isn't comparable to Secret in any way.
Scandal. Can he find something right now? He's going to look for it. The 4-star away after getting frostbitten up. He's a little bit worried, and there's your Doom, but Puppy. Roar is up. Ramses, the cooldown will happen, but he got instantly stunned. Echo send up by Universe. The Yules. Ramses actually got a little bit of extra time up in the air. Pauper's now his BKB and come back down to earth. The Beastmaster may be the first casualty of war. Puppy is almost going to join him, but Ramses, he just can't find. Finally, he will. Arteezy's last bit of damage to kill him off. But the rest of Team Secret are bailing out of here, but it's an Invoker for a Beastmaster, and this is around the same time as Roshan is up. Can Empire slip in and take this without Secret contesting them?
They don't have the Beastmaster though. He's a really crucial hero for them to get the Roshan down.
Also, Secret don't have any of their ultimates
Ruby
though.
has electric. Alright.
Well, he's buffing Ramses.
That's pretty nice. I feel like Puppy's playing these teamfights incredibly well. He's just taking up so much damage on the front lines, creating tons of space. Unfortunately, Secret just didn't have enough to back him up there.
Yeah, 2 fights in a row. He got the Doom on the Batrider before Batrider did anything.
The Puppy's having a hell of a game, but it wasn't enough for Secret in these fights. As soon as they get the catch onto Arteezy, in this case it was a telekinesis into the Gyrocopter, he's going down very fast.
And what does he even do about this? Like, that was the first BKB time as well of the Gyrocopter that we saw. Like, how does Invoker stop this? He's building into a Lincoln Sphere, so it's a lot more of a defensive item build coming in for Arteezy. Call down. Ramsey saw Arteezy coming in. He's not going to take that fight.
Well, talking about the Lincoln Sphere, the supports could also build like Lotus Orb. Lotus Orb would be really good this game as well, if you can actually afford it on the supports. CM.
So you got that -4.
Yeah, that's why you get the minus, that's right.
Well, it has gone Blink though, following that up, so I'm not...
You don't like it?
I don't like Blink into Lotus Orb. Like if you're going Blink, you're going to want to go for a BKB or a like Aghanim Scepter, perhaps less so. Even though there's ultis to go Scandal.
They're gonna go. Envy killed off the Hawk, but he's still stuck around to finish farming up the camp. And now the rest of Empire move over with the Roars and Impetus damage. Scandal is the one to be rewarded with the kill. And Eternal Envy, don't know if complacent or not, but he definitely wanted that last little bit of farm that cost him his life.
Too much efficiency, Toby.
Yep, greed is the word I would use to describe that play. It's almost like a mind game where it's like most players there, you kill the Hawk, you're immediately going to run away.
RTZ? Rider has a gem, he sees him.
He's going to blink forward, got to keep that sticky napalm up. Paladin's going to rotate over, Scandal's in trouble, Flame Break pushed down, Arteezy got the gem. He wants to try and escape from this, and he will. So the gem is lost as the rest of Empire, this time, their turn to be a little bit too far behind their main initiator.
Scandal was greedy this time.
Yep. Absolutely. Even if the CM isn't there, that was probably a questionable blink, but with the CM there, it looked even worse.
So gem loss, a crucial part of their arsenal. Do they have another gem in their base?
Soon, I believe. Yeah, in a minute and a half.
I mean, that's still troublesome for them because they have to wait for that before they are able to actually move around again. Because Clinks will be undetectable. You can't just rely on the sentries and dust all the time.
So Team Empire can slow the game up again. Of course, they still have the Aegis Immortal over on Ramses, and this will last for another, like, 3 or so minutes.
Perhaps the next gem with Aegis, they can make a move again, but until they have a gem, I definitely agree with Winter, where it's like, you don't want to get too active on the map. You can invest in a ton of sentries, they've got a couple here and there, but you're never going to be able to reliably always have vision of Clinks on the map.
I mean, they can also wait for the next big item Enchantress is going to have, the Ags. She completed the Dragonlance point booster, so that's going to be really helpful for them. Because if you consider the situation where in team fights, Doom will either most likely going to be using his ultimate on the Gyro because he's your most farm hero, so they need someone else to be dishing out damage.
Team Empire just sniffing for a kill in the mid. I can't find it yet, but that Dire Observer Ward, which is still looking at Pilot perfectly, they're going to come up, they find Arteezy, they break the Lincolns and get the last 2 off. With a call down, Arteezy has no way to get his way out of this fight. They just have to accept the fact that he is dead, but Eternal Envy is also still visible. He'll just run himself further north, but Empire have other plans. They're coming directly down the mid, with now that gem back in their possession of Scandal. I think it's going to push to the tier 2 tower, maybe even do a little bit of damage to tier 3.
Clinks is in position to counter push top lane, so it's unlikely we see... I mean, Empire, if they want to go get a high ground or a Rax, they're going to have to either risk Envy trading for Rax, or they're going to have to TP hero back, putting themselves in a vulnerable position, but... That's what Empire decides to do here.
They want to force the buyback and they still have Aegis on Gyro.
He may not have to buy back. If no one TP's top, Envy is going to get an okay trade here.
Oh, Puppey picks up. He just tries to devour one creep, but then thrown so far into the Empire lineup, he'll be forced up, but Ramses, he'll find the final bit of damage. They're even looking for Clinks by triggering off the dust, but you can find him up on top lane, taking up the tier 3 tower. Scandal wants to go for more, as now Eternal Envy, diffuse the blade up. Scandal's got the 4-star, he'll get himself away, and Envy, he's burnt the BKB, so he runs deeper into the dire side. He wants to find a kill for this, but the blink disjoints the attack, and King R, he may take the damage, he gets a final pickup, however, allowing Scandal to get the last 2. Afterlife's got Raw Reverbal as well. Scandal! 44 life, they're going to try to find the kill on him! The Sunstrike is even denied! They'll defend their top racks, and Envy tries to push to the envelope!
That was actually sick play from Empire. Like, every little small thing they did there to kite Envy around. Like, yeah, they lost a hero, and it was a 1v3 scenario, but that looked like Envy was going to get 2 or 3 kills out of that. Even the very end play, Beastmaster blinks on top of his teammate to try and make it so if Envy got one more right click off, he might have misclicked onto the Beastmaster. Like, every little detail there was just on point.
Or even sharing the Sunstrike damage, or he was just getting ready to pick up the gem that Bear Rider was going to drop. So either way, it was still not the worst situation for Envy there. At least getting 1 kill, and he got the tower as well. And
not having the gem there really shows, because Bat Rider like TP's back and he's like, I don't have any detection. The gem I think only just gets picked up afterwards and unable to immediately lasso up.
Yep, and now they have the Shadow Blade on the bat, so it's going to be much more easier for him to hunt the Clinks down.
They got Shadow Blade up on him, and they've also got the full Butterfly down over on the Gyrocopter and Scandal. Well, that Shadow Blade goes instantly to work. The Observer Ward sees too much movement coming out from Team Empire, and in fact now I'm just going to de-ward it.
Yep, but they're starting to execute their strategy much better. They're getting a lot of pickoffs with the vision they have. Hawk placement has been overall so far much better than the early game.
So what's really changed? How has Team Empire managed to find these pickoffs? Because it seems like they don't just keep finding supports, they're finding RTZ, they're finding EE.
I think the key moment was when they killed Clinks twice in the middle game. Like when NV actually walked past Sentry was both the situations. Those were the two really key pickoffs that actually enabled Empire to claw themselves back into the game and gave them the gem as well. Because they, with the kills, they were able to purchase the gem on Scandal.
And things are looking really good for Empire's positioning in fights. They now got another 4-star to add to their arsenal. They're running 3 Blink Daggers as well. Well, the BKB's up, Team Secret, they want to try and fight. Scandal comes in with the Shadow Blade, Pilot Eye drops the Sentry Ward down, but Scandal blinks and 4-stars over! The Sunstrike's going to hit and Scandal will be lost! The Gem of True Sight laying on the ground at the moment, and now Tornado also picking up Envy. He's going to get roared up, the Ice Wall is down, Ramses brings in the damage, Envy is dropping so low, he tries to get packed up, but does he have the life? Does he have the damage? No, he does not! Ramses will survive, but he was trying to fight from the other side of the trees. But he couldn't find him in Universe, now they go in, but Rubik, okay, he'll die as well.
That was the butterfly there doing work for Ramses in that fight.
Yeah, without that butterfly pickup, that would not have gone as well as it did for Empire, and it was a 1 for 2. Not in their favor, and losing a gem again, this is gonna start to add up and hurt, because now they've got a pretty long duration without gem.
And Scandal
It was the one they came from before, so if they still want to buy a new one, they can.
Yeah, no, that's not too bad. I thought it was a
But there's no way you want to spend the money, especially on Maposhka. He is so close to completing up that Aghanim Scepter, and the Rubik just bought a fresh Blink.
Yeah. So Rubik buys the gem, which is, at this point, it's like essential you have a gem for map control, and more importantly, the Clinks.
And Scandal just got really overeager there. Like, he really needs to wait for the vision until they see with the Hawk, and then he jumps forward. Like, every time he got overeager, his team would just lose the fight.
Afterlife having a bit of a wander into the Radiant side of the jungle. Get a little bit of support coming in behind him in the form of Ramses. As Radiant Courier, okay, hello. Hawk's gonna see that pretty easily. Quick roar and quick snipe. I was moving down towards Puppy, but there was nothing on it, so...
So Beastmaster even has a 4-star on top of his Necro, so even more, like we seldom see this on Beastmaster. Like just more tools to kite the Clinks around.
Scouting for Roshan, and it looks like Team Secret, the perfect time to do it. They're the first ones to know he just spawned up. But how quickly can they take him as well? Like, is Eternal Envy even in a position where maybe he has enough damage that Team Empire cannot stop them if they can smoke into the pit?
I mean, they do have enough damage, but the issue is like always the vision. Like they are really afraid if they're doing the Roshan and Batrider or Beastmaster scouts them out, and the situation could turn really ugly.
So instead they try and take a fight like they're doing now.
Yeah, they need to. Empire have the lineup that's worse at taking Roche, but they have the advantage around the Roche pit area.
The funny thing is, right now, that Tornado, I don't think we've actually revealed anything. I was looking behind the line, but Empire, they were looking to fight up on top lane, expecting the push to come out from Team Secret there. And instead, Secret is preparing for the mid lane.
So Aghanim's completed on Enchantress. This is big for Empire.
Even got buybacks up on their cores.
So Secret gets a very deep ward into the enemy base here. Gonna scout out a lot of information for them.
Let them know they can go high ground because no one from Empire is on that top lane. Like, you Fade pulled out the mid lane, at least it shows one here. Pilot Eye is making his play for the Gyrocopter. There's no real pressure being applied, however, because they don't have the creep wave. That top creep wave is still sitting at the tier 2 tower, beating into Team Empire. Even the converted catapult is attacking over.
And Beastmaster position out there is ready to actually go on someone. Should a single hero try and defend this lane, so...
Is there anyone he can't solo kill?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Invoker, Doom are both very tanky. Be close. I don't think he would actually be able to solo kill the Invoker.
Oh, they're just gonna run at top?
Yeah, here they come. Fortification. Instantly triggered up by Team Empire. One searing arrow connected with the backdoor regeneration actually gives it life. And Empire, well, here they come. They're going to have a crack at Roshan. The Sunstrike actually scattered this out. Yeah, they're going to lose top racks for this. This Aegis better be worth it for Team Empire because they are very far out of position. Melee racks will be lost. They're TPing back right now. Tornado going to pick up over on the river. King R, well, he'll go down. Too much damage, too much control again. Puppey, they'll lasso him back up into tier 4 tower. But if you take racks and a 1-for-1 hero trade-off, if you're Secret, you're grinning all the way to the bank, especially considering Empire, they did not finish Roshan.
And I think it's something that Envy, more than any other player in the game, is amazing at recognizing, is when he can actually take a Rax and out DPS backdoor protection. Because I feel like 9 times out of 10 I've seen a team like fight into backdoor protection, it's been Envy doing so. On a hero like Clinks, or even like a Terrorblade or something. He recognizes and sees those openings where the opposing team pulsing around Roshan, because Roshan was like the next key objective in this game, and Secret's like, well, they're going to go for Roshan, they have Beastmaster Hawk, we take your Rax.
There is no lasso, and there is no Necrobooks. They're trying to find the Hawk, but it's just like they got one on either side of the pit. And this is what you were talking about before. Like Team Secret, they are so scared of the vision that Empire offer.
Fighting 5v5 like around the Roshan pit is a big challenge for Secret. They're just trying to exploit the knowledge that they knew Empire were going to be at the Roche pit earlier. But they've taken a lane of Rax now, so Secret in a strong position.
Oh, here they come. Rubik's Payball's the creep wave up on the top just once, and now they come in, and there it is, the snatch! Scandal's got it! He takes the Aegis to the Immortal! That is the damage really done! You'll have the Batrider coming back up in just a couple of moments time, but Ramses, he's at the mouth of the pit, trying to kill off Puppey, again walking away underneath that Scorcher. So much life, they just can't catch him any further! Up the hill and far away, King R now triggers the Lincoln Sphere over on Arteezy. Need to put that vision to work. Puppey, he's still on the run here. The roar is there from Afterlife. Will he want to use it? Probably not if he can save it for another kill, which they could do. Pylite Die is also on the run. Pylite Die lets the ulti go, but as you said, Arteezy knocking on the tier 3 tower in the mid. Even Envy can come and help him out in the moment. He's waiting 3 seconds until he's actually got his jetpack back up again. Okay, 3 seconds is too long for him.
Oh, Scandal.
He's got the Shadow Blade. He needs help though. He's by himself. Looks like Envy is like asking for TP support, but the BTs are on cooldown for Arteezy, and Scandal will not reach him in time.
Good discipline from Scandal. He wasn't going to kill.
Instead, now they have to go back to the defense.
And Scandal really salvaged that fight for his team.
Yeah, but that's actually... They like double blinked on a Roshan right as it was about to go down. Again, it's the vision from Empire, just allowing them to make those moves. It's not some blind, like, let's just blink and hope for the best. It's no, both 2 heroes blink on top of Roshan simultaneously as it's about to go down to guarantee that they can at least challenge the Aegis pickup.
Envy? They got scattered out by King R, who now puts himself in a tree.
They really need like MKB on the Clinks. And without the MKB, the gyro is just very, very strong right now.
Well, Envy's getting pretty close to completing that. But if he doesn't, we'll have to buy out for it.
Is there any chance we see a Divine Rapier, guys? On the gyrocopter, that is. just to clarify. I mean, it's Envy. Okay. Sorry, any chance we see... that's like a separate question in itself, which is like...
I thought that was a trick question. You were
After Monkey King Bar, then yes, he can go for a Divine Rapier. That is permitted.
I don't know if Gyro needs MKB this game, though. There's no evasion on the Radiant side.
Well, is it almost just worth him going in for something more like a Daedalus in this game?
You could consider Daedalus.
Because that will also work. But then you'll have, then it will actually be the Daedalus. It's coming out in the courier at the moment.
Okay.
And then, obviously, last item will be Satanic.
Remember the game we casted yesterday? He learned his lesson when he talked about, oh, he doesn't even need the Rapier to win the game.
Yeah, and then he just buys it anyway. Luckily, this is a different game, and there isn't multiple Rapiers being funded by Team Empire. Arteezy gonna walk in, he's underneath that Ghost Walk at the moment, but it costs. They see him again, easily triggering off that Lincoln Sphere, allowing him to follow up into the damage and bring Arteezy down. They're not gonna find anything else, however. The rest of Team Secret have backed out. But again, Team Empire, they get so much breathing room by picking off either Eternal Envy or Arteezy. Time and time again, they find these picks.
And that's the crazy thing. You look at this Secret team, and it's always been like, oh, if one hero's getting caught out to try and find these targets on the, like to try and find information on the map, it's Pile I Die. But this game, the majority of the kills have been going the way of the Invoker as well as the Cliques.
Yeah, both the cores have been constantly being picked off in multiple very crucial times. I mean, it's again like they're up against the Beastmaster and the Bat Rider.
Well, it appears Ricky is now into the building. As we're 23-23 on the board. For now, it's just a safe farming. Empire is preparing themselves to come through the top lane. But if you're in Team Secret's position at the moment, defending a tier 2 tower, which is also sitting below 300 HP, is pretty difficult. So instead they just keep up with the farming and they let the tower go down. But Empire, they're preparing themselves. They're going to come inside the base of Team Secret. And no, luckily they are nice to the crowd and they are going to back themselves back out and just establish ball control in the lane. But this is a good timing now for Envy. He completes the Monkey King bar. He finally has that direct damage into the gyro.
Under attack.
Yeah, very important, much needed item pickup coming his way.
This movement that is coming out from Scandal as well, like they double BT themselves onto the back of a Hawk to then try and find that opening on bottom lane, straight into the Shadow Blade. They bring everything they need to get one quick pick, and again create more space on the map.
Double damage.
Alright, so Team Secret, 5-man smoke up at the foot of their base.
They need to get a lot out of their smokes as well, because anytime they don't have smoke, Beastmaster Hawk will scout them out first.
King R could do so much right now.
Oh my god.
Like he's actually sitting inside of the stolen Ghost Walk and could break the smoke of Team Secret, and he's going to. He actually breaks smoke on Doom. Arteezy triggers the BKB. He's having to run himself away, and he's actually so far away to safety, the tornado won't even reach him. Having both Blink and 4-star, King R is away, and welcome back to the crowd who can see how game.
We talk about Pile I Die, like it's not even, it's just like we haven't seen that normal Pile I Die effect where he's the one scouting on the map. King R has been doing that. He's been everywhere, just with the Skeleton Walk, now with the Ghost Walk, finding the enemy movement. See, that's a second smoke gank he's prevented. The first one he dies for, but it's still a good trade. This one he completely escapes, so fantastic positioning and just movement coming out from the Rubik player of Team Empire.
Yeah, I can't really blame like Pile I Die for not doing it enough. Like it's really difficult for CM to actually do it. Like
it's more like to speak to how much Rubik is getting done rather than like the lack of involvement from a CM. CM is not your typical like Pile I Die bounty hunter, for example.
Yeah, but that was the reason why it was banned out during the drafting phase. They know Team Secret's strengths and they're playing perfectly against him. You might be worried about Ramses up on this top lane, but he lets the call down do the work. As the rest of Team Secret, like you're missing on the map, no one's forcing in the mid lane. No one's actually pushing out the bottom lane too, but it's the mid lane where Scandal, Shadow Blades in, he gets the last 2 on Papa, he may lose King R for this one. He actually had the Ghost Walk on cooldown, so it'll be a support for a support trade-off. But can they find any more? The last 2's already been expended, Pilot Eye being bumped around by that flame break, and then the Echo Slam! Universe! Finds Ramses! The damage is enough from Eternal Envy! The tornado offline! He blinks away, not being picked up by it. With the BKB4, they'll Yule Scepter up. They really want the Beastmaster with the Sunstrike. They're gonna get him! Eternal Envy, now the damage into the Enchantress. He gets a mini bash, but Envy dies to the tier 3 tower. Ramses' buyback is giving the damage back over to Team Empire. But they need to find some extra kills here and make this buyback really worth it. Universe appears to be on a silver platter for them, and Gyro will take his life. They still have trouble on the tier 4 tower, so Empire will have to mop up that top lane. But they do keep Team Secret out of their base.
You can see the Enchantress truly transitioning into that late game core. Something we were kind of doubting a little bit earlier on in the game, but Polska just single-handedly takes Envy out of the fight there. The Batrider buyback, not really needed ultimately, but... sorry, the Gyrocopter buyback, but it was something which was just like a kind of safety net to prevent Secret playing further aggressive.
Is he going for BKB on the Enchantress?
It looks like it. Unless you're considering a 47-minute SMY.
Makes sense, I think, against just the Shaker and what we've seen Universe can do as far as setting up kills for the Cliques. It's the game plan for Secret to win these fights is Universe chain stuns someone and Cliques finishes them off.
Don't you guys like the halberd since the BKBs are going so low for the Klings?
You still have the Monkey King bar over on the Clinks, but you're right, like if you could stop him from attacking, that would be great.
I think for me, I prefer the BKB because Enchantress is so important for dealing damage. She's not like that utility, like, oh, let's just be annoying in a fight. You want to actually do as much damage output as possible.
The timing is coming up for Roshan. It's a quick spawn. Team Secret already tried to scout it out with Arteezy Sunstrike, but they didn't find anything. Now they just use Arteezy as that ghost walking invoker. Looking for an opening on Team Empire, but Empire are pretty much grouped up. Right, they're also waiting around Roshan for the perfect fight. It looks like Afterlife is the man that's been put in task of keeping that top lane out. He actually just burned his Necro books as well to keep that top lane in position. So if there is a fight around Roshan, Empire will not have them available.
I think the big thing to look out for is the last Roche, which is where Empire try and make the move to Roche knowing they have the edge there, but Secret can play that kind of cheeky backdoor style play where they go in through the mid lane.
God, can you just feel the bait on the hook? The question is, does Secret want to bite? The Tornado picks up two, but Scandal is ready to jump on Arteezy. He'll get the last two off, so Arteezy out of this fight for the moment. Can they get another control? So definitely blast from King Arrow. He's going to miss it completely, but Arteezy stuck on the high ground. Maposhka, can he do enough damage? They need to keep that vision up. Arteezy's running himself away. The Impedance damage of 151 life, and Empire's lost 3. The damage is too much. The accuracy will drop as well. Can they bring down the big DPS? You bet your Nelly. Maposhka, he's obliterated. Scandal, the last sole survivor, Eternal Envy is going for the GG push. He wants to end this right now. The buybacks, they have to come out from Empire, but there's no more available. There's only the Beastmaster, and they're ready to fight again. Arteezy, he even used his refresher orb he bought from the Empire base to do more work, looking for a kill. Over on Scandal, the Yules will stand him up. Universe is there with the fissure, the control. Scandal can't get himself away from the team of the Deafening Blast. Well, but GG! Team Secret will take the game in 50 minutes against Team Empire, the team that 2-0'd them in their first match here in the group stage. They fight back. It wasn't an easy fight, but they are successful.
It's just crazy. Momentum was entirely Team Empire for the last 20 minutes of the game, but all it took was one big, decisive Secret movement. You can see once Gyrocopter is out of the picture, they're just missing that big carry in that fight. And the other big thing is, Maposhka, that last fight, no BKB on him. He buys the Moonshot. If he has a BKB there, he actually finishes that kill. He gets the kill on the Invoker. It goes completely differently, but having this